there's just genuinely some things that like I don't care about anymore and have really freed me from like a lot of like anxieties. And so this one lady popped up, it was like one of those videos like, oh, I wish I knew this like 50 years ago, or it took me 50 years to realize this. And I was like, oh, just, interested to see what she had to say. Loved a lot of the stuff that she was saying resonated with me, and I read it on here because I feel like it's a lot of things that I had revelations on from being a caregiver, number one, but number two, like being someone that's going to head into the next decade of my life. Like there's just genuinely some things that like I don't care about anymore and have really freed me from like a lot of like anxieties and worries and comparisons and all that. So I want to share those with you guys today, but also I thought it was really insightful because it's a lot of consistency. When I listen to these podcasts of older people giving younger people advice, there's a lot of consistency of like, stop caring what people think. And for some reason, when we hear that, when we're in our teens, 20s, 30s, and maybe even 40s, it's like, it just doesn't, like, we hear it and like we'll tell ourselves lightly like, oh yeah, I'm not going to care what people think, and then we just do. Like, let's just be honest, we just still care. And what this woman said in particular, so this is the first one that I want to talk about, is the not caring what people think. I thought it was really powerful because like she talked about how much stuff it held her back from in her life, like how much she could have accomplished, how much she could have like really went after her dreams, how much she could have not made certain decisions because she cared so much about what people thought. And I think it has a lot to do with even being here, like this YouTube journey. YouTube is seriously a self-development tool. Like, you will learn so much about yourself. And like, bottom line, you are wasting time. You are wasting energy. You are wasting your willpower if you are caring what people think. And if you want to start a business, if you want to have the body of your dreams, you want to get the partner of your dreams, you want to, like, you just have to be so locked in and focused on what you envision for your life. And if you do not have a vision, I think that that's a big part of like what I've also gathered. A lot of these people, they also stopped caring what people thought and stood confident in it when they actually could like clearly see what they wanted out of their life. So I know for me, for the first time, like I could officially say I have a clear vision of what I would like to see. Now, God, at the end of the day, God is like ultimately in control, right? God could say, nope, you missed the mark, you're completely off. But for some reason, I feel really clean and clear in my spirit of like where I should be heading, like the nudges of like where God's pushing me to, and I can clearly see it. And I think that's what also helps me not care what people think, because there's even still comments, like I'll even still say I have a business where I sell digital products online. I'm an affiliate marketer. I work, like I'm an entrepreneur and I do several things within my entrepreneurial journey, I guess you could say. And people still are like, but is that stable? And like they still put doubt, but because I'm so clear and I'm so centered in what I'm doing now, I literally don't care. So if you're struggling with like caring about what people think, what can actually help you truly not care, to where, when like you say, like when there's something in your spirit and you're like, yeah, I don't care, but then you still feel hot on the inside, like there's just that little like you feel like you swallowed a golf ball and you're like, yeah, I don't care, and you really do. It's like your chest is tight. If you want to get to the point where you actually don't care and you're cool, collected, and confident about it, is when you're so laser focused and clear on what your vision is, what your goal is, and you just know you're putting in inputs and getting an output, right? Inputs, outputs, and it does not matter what anyone else's opinion. And so even the example, like for today, I went to a trading, like to learn more about trading stocks. I'm very interested in that. And someone could say, oh, well, it's a scam, or, oh, well, the market's so volatile, or, oh, well, you should just hire a financial advisor, or, oh, well, and it's like all these opinions, right? But it's like, it doesn't even matter to me, because I'm clear on me understanding that I want to have the skill of trading. Like I really want to understand Like I always want to be getting better and better at like financial literacy. And because I know that for myself, I'm not going to care what people think, right? But if you were someone that you were wobbly, you're like, I kind of want to know this, or I kind of want to start this, or I kind of want to do this, or I'm kind of interested. All it takes is for one person to say something the wrong way and you're completely knocked off of your square. Like you're just completely messed, like it just messes up your whole vibe with it, and you're like, forget it, and you just throw the dream away, or throw the goal away, or throw the desire away, right? So I thought it was really good earlier when I heard that, because it's so crazy. Like these people that do these interviews do not know each other all over the planet. They don't know each other. They're in their 70s, 80s, 90s, and centenarians. And they all say, it's like 90% of the time they're like, when they're like, what's, some of the top pieces of advice, they all say, don't care what people think. And it's like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a primitive thing. Like we used to really have to care what people thought because we would get kicked out of the village. And like centuries and eons ago, we were in like a village type of setting. And so if you weren't in a village type of setting, it would be too difficult to kind of like survive on your own as a human being. So like it was almost survival mode to make sure that you were a part of a tribe, right? And usually the tribes consisted of like 200 to 300 people, and you were like part of it. And if you did something to like get exiled from the tribe or get kicked out of the tribe, like it could cost you your life, because then you're out in the elements all on your own. So I'm not really sure where, I'm assuming that's where it comes from. I would have to do like evolutionary studies on it. But truly, like we don't live in a time where you need to really care. Now when I say don't care about what people think, that doesn't mean like just be so ridiculous to where you're doing things that are so obnoxious and you're like disrespecting people. You're not caring to the point where you're disrespecting people. But of course, there's going to be certain people that we care about their opinion because it's a value, right? Like my mom, my dad, I genuinely do care. But there has been things that I've done where I'm like, I don't care what they think. Of course, in a respectful mode, I'm a full adult now, right? Like respectfully, I respect you, I respect your opinion, but I'm going to still try this out, right? It doesn't make parents happy, but like, you do things, there's a gauge there. So I don't want to, F what people think. Now, people that are just general people, like general residents or general neighbors or general, even like acquaintances and things like that, no, like who cares what they think, right? Even closer, like maybe some friends, maybe close friends, even some family members, brothers, sisters, cousins, like sometimes you really have to be on a journey for a season or two and go after your goal, because they don't have the same vision as you. They just don't. And so if you're like, for example, I have this YouTube channel, and the craziest thing is that like it is a form of an asset. Even if it doesn't make me like directly from the ads, it doesn't make me thousands of dollars, because the ads, unless you're going viral every day, you really don't make that much money from the ads. It's like you really do have to have some kind of business that you're doing alongside this. If you're just relying on ads, you're going to need to make sure you're putting in a lot of time and effort into editing so that way you can go viral every day. Or talk about very juicy, polarizing topics. Even if it's low edited, those will go viral. Like if you start talking about the Diddy stuff right now, and Cassie, and like that's really trending. So if you talked about that, that's probably going to guarantee you 20, 30, 40,000 views. So if that's like your thing and you want to go viral and you want to rely on ads, that's the ticket, honestly. But for some of us that don't really care to talk about polarizing topics, like you're going to have some kind of business if you do want to make some kind of income doing the YouTube. But I still talk about how much it's benefited my life on a personal level, spiritual level, financial level, because it's like it's blessed me in unique ways I wouldn't have thought of. Like when I say, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel, people just they want to partner with me. They want to send me something. They want to, do you know how many things I've gotten from between TikTok and YouTube? How many things I've gotten for free, to where there was like, you guys, I don't think I've bought a like an outfit in a very long time, because I've gotten so many free samples of dresses and tops and jeans. So even if you're not necessarily making money directly from selling your own products, you could be making money by not having to buy things like you usually would have to buy because you're being sent something. So I've been sent makeup, vitamins, like we all know how. Yeah, I've been sent vitamins there, those things because I'm stocked up. So you can use your YouTube channel as a leverage. Like, sorry, I'm not sure what happened. Hold on. It like just kind of timed out or something. And I'm in like crazy traffic. So hold on. Okay. So can you guys see me? I hope you guys can see me. Not really sure why it timed, but can you guys see me? And my phone might be overheating. That might be why too. Just let me know. Can you guys see me? Hear me okay? Somebody do like a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. And you guys can hear me okay? I hope so. So bottom line, guys, so that was number one. So that's the whole number one. Number two that I of what I thought was very powerful, what the lady was saying earlier, when I was watching, she had like 15 different things. I wish I could remember her page. It wasn't someone I had ever came across before, but she was an older woman. I think she was in her 70s. But another really big thing is minimalism. And I have personally really benefited from having like trying. I could still do a better job, but creating systems around having minimal things in your life, it will literally, you will buy back your time so much. Like if you have clutter, junk, stuff piled up in your closets, your drawers, corners of your house, boxes, under your bed, like it is a reflection. And this is, look, I've been there. So that's why I know I can say this. And I had to be on a journey with my grandmother with this because she was like a really big hoarder. It is a reflection of something internal. So if you feel like you can't find things ever, or, you don't have any order in your kitchen or order in your bathroom. This is not a scam. This is like the real deal. Like you're finally going to be able to make an extra $1,000 a week, literally starting in one day. And if you don't believe me, watch all my other lives on this, on how I did it. I want to teach you how to do it. You're going to launch your website and your own digital product in one day. Get down in the description and make sure to click the top link and get the free gift. It is going to be launching next Friday, May 23rd. I'm so excited for you. But in the meantime, I have a free gift. There's no money, just a free gift as a thank you for downloading. So make sure to click the top link in the description.